Have you ever heard of a player so talented that he could do things on the court no one else had ever seen? A guard who could shoot like Steph Curry, dribble like Kyrie Irving, pass like Magic Johnson, and had the killer instinct of Michael Jordan? That was Pete Maravich. Everyone called him Pistol Pete. But he played decades before any of these stars existed. Why isn't he as famous as today's legends? How did he become one of the most skilled college players ever? Dazzling crowds with moves that seemed impossible. Today, we're diving into the story of Pistol Pete, a true magician of basketball in one of the NBA's toughest eras. If you love uncovering stories like this, make sure to subscribe to Nylon and hit the like button so you don't miss any legendary tales from sports history.
Always recall his eyes, the moments where he should be most ecstatic. There's a vulnerability and a sadness.
Early influence. Pete Maravich's love for basketball started at home with his father, Peter Press Maravich. Press was the son of Serbian immigrants and had played in minor leagues, earned a college scholarship, and even joined the Pittsburgh Ironmen in 1946 during the first season of the BA, the league that would later become the NBA. The Ironmen folded after one season, the same year Pete was born, and Press retired from playing at just 32 to focus on coaching. From the age of 3, Pete was already dribbling and shooting. By 7, he was playing organized basketball seriously, telling his father he wanted to become the best player in the world and win an NBA title. Press encouraged him and taught Pete to live with the ball. Pete carried a basketball everywhere, even to bed. Some of these methods might seem extreme today, but Pete loved every moment, determined to master the game from a very young age. Mastering the ball. Pete practiced every day without stopping. He dribbled while riding his bike, using his right hand on the way to school and his left hand on the way home. In the car, he would kneel in the back seat and dribble out the window, switching hands on the ride back. He even brought a basketball to the movies, bouncing it constantly, even when people complained. By age 9, Pete was already training at Clemson University, where his father coached. He challenged older players and often won shooting contests. He could spin a basketball on his finger for hours, a skill that many NBA stars can't do even for a few seconds. Long before Jason Williams made the elbow pass famous, Pete was already using it as a kid. He joined 5-on-5 practices at Clemson, impressing legends like Bob Cousy, who once shouted, "Who the hell is that kid?" By age 12, Pete played varsity high school basketball. Opponents first underestimated him because of his size, but soon, he was impossible to ignore. The birth of Pistol Pete. In 1962, Press Maravich became an assistant coach at NC State, and around the same time, Pete earned his famous nickname. Back then, Pete was still small and shot the ball from the hip with an outstretched arm, making it look like he was firing a pistol. From that moment, Pistol Pete was born, a name that would follow him for the rest of his life. Pete graduated in 1965, but he weighed only 130 pounds. To help him grow stronger, Press sent him to Edwards Military Institute for a prep year. There, Pete averaged 33 points per game and built his body. By the end of the year, he was 6'5" and 160 pounds, attracting attention from almost every major university. Press convinced him to attend LSU, where Pete became a local hero and set the stage for his rise to national stardom. College stardom at LSU. Back then, freshmen weren't allowed to play on LSU's varsity team, so Pete played for the freshman squad. From his very first game, he made a statement, scoring 50 points, grabbing 14 rebounds, and dishing out 11 assists. He averaged 43.6 points per game that season, helping the team finish 17-1. By his sophomore year, Pete joined the varsity team and quickly became a national sensation. Fans flocked to see him dribble past defenders, make behind-the-back and no-look passes, and score at will. In a region where football ruled, Pete made basketball the main attraction. He averaged 43.8 points as a sophomore, 44.2 as a junior, and 44.5 in his senior year, finishing his college career with 3,667 points. a record that still stands as the all-time NCAA scoring mark. Even without a three-point line, analysts believe he would have averaged 57 points per game under modern rules. His creativity, vision, and skill made him a true pioneer. The ABA, NBA, and even the Harlem Globetrotters all wanted him. But Pete chose the NBA, wanting to follow in his father's footsteps. NBA beginnings, Atlanta Hawks. In 1970, Pistol Pete was drafted 3rd overall by the Atlanta Hawks. He signed a 5-year, $1.9 million contract, a massive deal for the time. From the start, Pete shined. As a rookie, he averaged 23.2 points and 4.4 assists, showing he could perform at the highest level. But life in the NBA wasn't easy. His flashy style on the court sometimes clashed with teammates, and many criticized the size of his contract. Fans and media cared more about wins than his incredible skills, putting extra pressure on the young star. Despite this, Pete kept performing magic on the court, dribbling past defenders, making no-look passes, and scoring in ways no one had seen before. His talent was undeniable, even if team success didn't always follow. Struggles and growth in Atlanta. Pete's second year was hard. He lost 20 pounds from mononucleosis and scored less. In the playoffs, he still averaged 28 points, but the Hawks were eliminated early. By his third year, he focused on his skills, averaging 26.1 points and 6.9 assists, earning All-Star honors, yet team success lagged. New Orleans Jazz and personal tragedy. The Hawks traded Pete to the New Orleans Jazz, a new team looking for a star. He quickly regained superstar status, but tragedy struck when his mother took her own life in 1974. Heartbroken, Pete refocused on winning and worked to become more team-oriented. Despite his talent, the Jazz struggled with limited support. Pete averaged 26 points per game and earned all NBA honors, but knee injuries often held him back. In 1977, he led the league in scoring with 31.1 points per game and had a historic 68-point game against the Knicks. An incredible feat for a guard at that time.
He'll have plenty of those before today is over. Maravich, yes. Maravich back and forth. Goody for the layup. And Maravich with a 10.
Career challenges and triumphs. Pete's knee problems got worse, forcing him to miss many games. When the Jazz moved to Salt Lake City, coach Tom Nulke focused on practice over skill, reducing Pete's court time. Adrian Dantley became the team's star, and Pete was waived in 1980. He joined the Boston Celtics, taking a supporting role alongside Larry Bird. The new three-point line let Pete shine again. He made 10 of 15 attempts at 67%, showing his shooting skill. The Celtics finally won a playoff series, but Pete's knees limited him to just 9 minutes per game, showing how much his body had endured. Retirement and legacy. Pistol Pete retired at 32, just like his father, finishing with career averages of 24.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. He ranked 7th in total points and is still 25th in points per game. The Celtics wanted him to keep playing, but he feared more injury. After retiring, Pete struggled with depression and alcohol, but recovered with faith and family support. In 1987, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He passed away in 1988 from a heart defect, having played at peak level throughout his career. His moves continue to inspire players today.
And it was a unique relationship that we had. I read a lot of the articles that...
Impact on basketball. Pistol Pete's skill and creativity changed basketball forever. He played in an era dominated by giants like Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yet his style as a guard was rare. His dribbling, floaters, finishing with both hands, and flashy passes were decades ahead. Experts say that in today's three-point era, with a stronger team, he could have averaged 30 points per game, won multiple MVPs, and claimed championships. Pistol Pete inspired generations, and his influence is still visible in modern stars who use his moves. His legacy proves talent can transcend time. Conclusion. Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete, wasn't just a scorer. He was a magician with the basketball. Have you ever wondered where today's incredible dribbles, passes, and shots really came from? Many of the moves used by modern stars started with him. Despite facing personal tragedy and leaving us too soon, his talent, creativity, and love for the game made him one of the greatest guards in basketball history. What lessons can we take from his story about skill, dedication, and leaving a legacy? If you enjoyed learning about Pistol Pete, make sure to subscribe to Nylon and hit the like button to see more stories about legendary athletes who changed the game.
They found out that he was missing left artery.